Hi there, Creek Stewart here. And have you ever heard the phrase that America is 9 meals away from anarchy? Well, that means that most people have about 9 meals worth of food in their house at any given moment. And if something would happen to the normal food supply chain, then things could get pretty crazy pretty quick. And there's a lot of people right now thinking about long-term food storage. And there is a huge misconception that long-term food storage has to be expensive, but it doesn't. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to store up 1 year's worth of breakfast for just a few dollars and how to make that food last for 20 plus years. So let's get started. So my favorite breakfast are these Bob's Red Mill Quick Oats, and I bought a 25-pound bag of these oats. One serving is about 1/3 a cup, and guess what? 25 pounds of oats equals about 365 servings. And I'm going to repackage this at home in 5-gallon buckets inside of Mylar bags. And when I do so, it's going to be good for 20 plus years. I've started with my 5-gallon bucket. Just picked these up at a local home improvement center. They do not have to be food grade because we're going to line these with a 5-gallon or 6-gallon Mylar bag. Now, Mylar is some space age technology because it is 100% pervious to things like gases and oxygen, which is one of the food destroyers that we're trying to protect our oats from. So the first step here is I am going to simply pour in my oats into the bag. Once it looks like it's about half full, I'm going to shake it down a little bit, and that'll help fill the bag out. And then I'm going to top it back off. Once I'm about a few inches from the top, I don't want to fill it up so tight that I can't close it. So that looks pretty good right now. Now that we have our bucket and our bag completely full of Bob's Red Mill Quick Oats, it's time to add what's called oxygen absorbers. So not only are these bags going to protect from oxygen, but we want to put these inside to absorb any oxygen that's already in the bag. A 5-gallon container like this needs a 2,000 cc oxygen absorber. These are 500 cc's, so I'm going to need 4 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and just another one for good measure right on top. Now that we've got our food and our oxygen absorbers inside, I'm gonna fold over our Mylar bag, and I'm gonna put just a 2x2 board so that I've got a really solid surface underneath. I've got a iron on the cotton setting. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna start in the middle, and work my way all the way to the left-hand side here. And I'm gonna come over almost all the way to the right-hand side. I'm gonna leave a 2-inch gap right here. These seal completely airtight by heat with the use of a home iron like this, which is really pretty cool. Now that I've got a little gap, I'm going to suck as much of the air as I can out of this bag using my shop vac here, or you could use a vacuum cleaner. I'm just going to put that right in the corner, squeeze around that. And before that fills with air, I'm going to put the corner right back up on my board, and I'm going to seal that corner up. And now I have some sealed Quick Oats. We've got oxygen absorbers inside. This is gonna slowly begin to compress and start to look and feel almost vacuum packed inside of this bucket. This is going to be good for up to 20, maybe even more than 20 years, as long as you keep it in a cool, dry place, out of the sunlight and out of high temperatures, and away from any critters and pests. Now I'm gonna do my second one. So there you have it. For about $25 worth of materials plus the cost of food, I now have, in less than 20 minutes, 1 year's worth of long-term food storage breakfast that will last for 20 plus years. And that is pretty incredible. I know a lot of people are on a tight budget and freeze-dried buckets worth of food just are not on the menu. So this is a strategy to put away some really solid food that'll last a really long time, just in case. If you like tips and tricks like this about disaster preparedness, consider picking up my new book, The Disaster Ready Home, where I teach things like this and so many other topics related to sheltering in place at home. Remember, it's not if, but when.